everyone, welcome to another round of Chitter Chatter. Today we're going to chit chat with Ravi Valluri Shweta on his current book, A Story of Faith and Miracles. Well, let me tell you, this is not his first Chitter Chatter with me. We've had more than 3 Chitter Chatters. This is literally the 4th one, and that is the number of book and many more books that he's written. And this time the Chitter Chatter is on this. Well, this is an autobiography of him. And this book is going to make you believe that, world is filled with faith, with miracles. It's just that we need to believe. And these stories motivate us that universe blesses us in so many more ways. And I'm all excited to chat with Sir. So let's get him on the Chitter Chatter and let's get started. I'll just share it on the story in case you want to even visit those chit chats. At the same time, all books motivate us, and a lot of this. Hello, sir. Well,
Hello.
and we cannot see you. We can only hear you.
Just a moment. Just a moment. Just.
So, like I said, he has been writing, and every book of his is very motivating. They always motivate you because the stories that he shares are all real stories and they are very positive stories. So, whenever you're looking out for something positive in your life, it's his books that you should definitely grab a copy of and read. And I'm sure you will feel the same because I always feel uplifted after reading the stories. And hello, welcome back.
Good evening, Shweta. Good evening, friends. Nice to be back here.
Yes, it's a pleasure. I was telling you, this is around 3rd or 4th of ours, and then also so much to talk. Just like books, they are always be positive. I think be it this book or be it the past books that I've read, whenever one reads one with a lot of positive. Of course, thank you for sharing these to the world out there.
Nice.
About this autobiography, how did it happen? The book itself is a moment started to just ready.
Right.
Yeah. So, if you could tell the viewers a little about the book, I have told them, but they have to know it.
Well, last year there was, a portal which had thrown a challenge to write one's biography in 5,000 words. When I began writing that, I realized that I wasn't doing enough justice and everything was cramped. So that's how the journey began. And it took a year. And this began in 2021. And in 2022, the book was ready. It is a true account, an autobiographical account. It deals with my life, my journey in railways, and right from childhood till now, various experiences.
You never, like when I read your story, there is actually right from the time you are born, literally a miracle happening right in till today. And you never thought of actually writing a story till this portal decided and through this challenge of writing a book?
I didn't get your question. You're not clear. Yeah.
Can you hear me now? I said, when I read your book, your life has been a miracle right from the very beginning. There are so many incidents, and it is literally like at every point, one believes in faith and miracle and spiritualism, because that's something that's been happening right from the beginning. And I would like to share the details, but I would like the audience to even read. So I'm not sharing the details that why am I saying so. But you never thought of writing these stories before this portal through this challenge of writing an autobiography in so many words or whatever?
Well, this is a very personal thing. And normally one doesn't share all this. But I thought it was high time that I give an autobiographical account. There were 2 reasons. One, it's dedicated to His Holiness Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. and then also in remembrance of my parents and how I was brought up. And I wanted to share it with people, those who are suffering from a variety of problems, whether physical or mental, how they can be inspired to, transform their lives. The whole idea is transformation, the metamorphosis which had occurred in my life. I wanted others also to go through that journey.
When you were writing the story, you literally revisited your entire life. And while you were revisiting the life, what was your introspection regarding the
Well,
past?
one had to be very truthful. Of course, there are, people who might get offended. So one had to keep that sensibility factor in mind. And life is like that, you come across people and strangers, they become friends, then they are no longer your friends. You cultivate new friendships, and you meet so many. Like I have had interaction with several spiritual masters, then with politicians, then in administration, my bosses. So it had to do a lot of thought process, and it was a very vast, voluminous thing, almost 70,000 words. So then we had to separate the chaff from the grain. And my wife, Lakshmi Valluri, who is an editor, she had done that job. It was quite challenging, I would say. It has been emotionally challenging and at times gut wrenching. And above all, I had to be as truthful as possible. I have been truthful in narrating the incidents.
You've written stories which are factual, you've written stories which are fictional, there are stories which are inspired stories. So how is it difficult or easy to catch and when you write a account story?
Fiction is a different genre altogether, and where you have to get that twist in the tale to capture the aha moment. But then, even an autobiography is a fiction. It's like watching a cinema or a play which takes place in your life. Life is not a linear curve, as I've mentioned, or straight line. It's full of vicissitudes. There are ups and downs in life, and how the drama unfolds is the challenge itself, and that becomes at times fictional. You think, oh, did it really happen? No, he might be bluffing. So the fact is that it does engage the reader, and more importantly, myself, I had to relive those moments.
When you have to relive, there are some happy moments. One is very happy with those moments, because it's so easy to relive and moments like when in life you're reliving those stressful or moments which were really hard on you. No matter, even if you've come out as a fighter, they're hard to relive. And your book has had a couple of them. Your life has had a couple of them. So, was it challenging to revisit those parts of the past?
No, it's not a couple of them. I think every chapter has that. It has been throughout, whether my health, whether my career, whether the relationships, they've all been, it's been a roller coaster ride. But I think now with the practice of Sudarshan Kriya, then meditation and yoga, I have reached a stage where I'm dealing with as much equanimity as possible. Yes, at times one does feel, those regrets do crop up. Human mind is like that. I mean, we are always thinking. It's how to maintain that balance and tranquility.
Also to maintain a balance. Today you are practicing and you are way more spiritual. But spirituality has always been a part of you because of your parents and also because of your the family got like majorly into spirituality. So, what is actually spirituality for you if you had to define spirituality?
One has to distinguish religion and spirituality. Religion is a faith which you have in a particular deity, but spirituality is far beyond. It's not restricted to, say, a temple. It's like, something very deep. As Sri Ravi Shankar says that if you take the banana, the skin is the religion, whereas the banana itself is spirituality. So, like the whole magic around us, what happens, that is spirituality, and it is so pristine, it is so pure. It doesn't divide. I would say spirituality does not divide people. Religions divide people. That's another big difference which I realized. And um, the teachings of my mother, especially, who was very deeply, she was religious and equally highly spiritual person. That and like we were exposed to everything, all religions, but whether it's Hinduism, Christianity, she had done Vipassana. So all these techniques leads you much deeper. Like I had Christian friends, I still have Muslims, then Hindus. So everybody is equal, and I think that is more important in life.
96K legal ego. So just visited ashram and suddenly saw a photo of Shishi sitting and other. Her account has Balraj 670. A lot of positive faith and Tabang is the book. We have a love your way. I would like to ask you. You have been writing books, and those are all even. What I want to know is when you write as a writer, what is your goal? Like, are you very conscious you want to share inspirational stories with them, or there is another factor that goes on when you are sitting and writing these
No,
stories?
there are a couple of things. One, I want to reach out to as large an audience as possible. It's not just writing on spirituality. As you're aware, I have written short stories, then a novel. So it's both the genres, fiction and non-fiction. The whole idea is to engage the reader and narrate my story, the stories which I have seen around me, and to bring about positivity in thought process. And that has been the idea. Then I've been trying various crafts, like writing travels within 100 words, or plays, or short stories, novels. So all that is there. So trying to expand my readership base, and that is more important. And I'm soon going to launch a website. It's called russellowords.com, where you have a large following. I would like people to contribute to it. The moment it is there, I'll share the link with you. So, like, there was pardon?
Sorry. Definitely would share it with everyone because I'm sure there are a lot of people with a lot of stories, but they really don't know where to
So
start.
this is both for budding authors and established authors, whoever wishes to. The idea is to reach out. Me and my wife, we had curated an anthology too, that was called Festival of Rape, Ray of Hope festivals, during how to celebrate festivals during COVID period. So all those incidents are there, and russellowords.com helps in that account.
Definitely, once that account is up there, definitely share it with everyone. I'm sure I'm also going to contribute on stories. Asked me to write an anthology or a story for the festivals during COVID, but because of deadlines, I couldn't reach out to that. But definitely, I'm going to be a part of many more stories. So, like you just mentioned, it is important to just reach out there with your fictional story, with inspirational stories. But at the same time, you have been there. You've written so many books, and each one of them is wonderfully written, as I've read quite a few of them. What is your advice to readers out there who have stories but feel fearful to write it down and send it across?
Oh, one has to overcome that fear or the writer's block. It's like, a batsman waiting to face a ball. He can't just keep doing net practice, or you're playing World Cup football. You have to score the goal. So it is imperative that you have to shed that fear. I would recommend that people, they should write about 500 to 600 words, 700 words daily. And it would be very interesting that they, look at some prompts which are shared by various magazines or, bloggers, sites, and write on that prompt, say, 1,000 words. It may not be a masterpiece, but you should begin somewhere and keep reading. Reading is very essential so that you are up to date as far as knowledge is concerned. And share your stories faithfully.
Like you said, that update yourself. Read. There's also a habit that I've learned from her that I would like to share with my viewers who are new here. That I even now after our very first chatter I've learned, and I write 5 words,
Okay.
5 new words that I'm writing, and still find it like try to use it as much as I can. But now I also have a book
Oh,
of
wow.
words with their meaning, and this habit you could inculcate in me, and I'm sure many more viewers. So this habit had come from Sir, because when I read this book, there were like so many words, and I said, "How do you manage?" And he had told me that why don't you take down the words, write the meanings, and try to use it. So that is one of the best habits that have happened to me, and thank you so much
That's
for that.
good. In fact, just now it struck me. Why not, people just appear for the TOEFL exam? You need not do anything, but you just appear for the exam. Your vocabulary will increase manifold. Similarly, somebody who wants to, master his mathematics or something, he can appear for GRE. It's not essential that you are going abroad to study, but you'll be updating your skills.
And so, what is faith and
Faith is in the divine, something you pray for. And it's like a deity in front of you, say Hanumanji, or Lord Venkateshwara, Mother Mary, Allah, whatever name you give. It's something structured, and you pray deeply. And when you are, normally we pray when we are in problems. It's not, a voluntary thing. It should be involuntary. And that is faith, one aspect of faith. The other is you believe in a particular faith, that either that is, you belong to a particular religion. Now, this is as far as faith goes. What is miracle? Miracle is something which is inexplicable. You just cannot, you don't have any particular reason as to why that happened. And in this particular book, A Story of Faith and Miracles, I have narrated several miracles which have occurred in my life. During childhood, I mean, this is a giveaway. I was suffering from that disease of malabsorption where I just couldn't ingest anything. I was to go to a particular hospital. Instead, suddenly my mother changed her mind and I went to a mystic at Mysore. And yet another incident was, when I was posted at Bikaner, my father was taking an evening walk. Suddenly someone came and tapped my father's shoulder. He was an absolute stranger. At that time, I was deep into alcohol. I was an alcoholic. And he said, send your son to Jaipur, where he can do the Art of Living course, and that will help him. And my father didn't know what happened. So he just suggested it to my mother and my wife. Lo and behold, I had my next posting at Jaipur. And one of the first things my wife did was to enroll me for this course. So these are miracles. It's just something which you don't know why it happens. It's like the universe conspiring to help you. It is the grace, I would call it.
And I think when we live in surrender, the universe does conspire and always
Absolutely.
helps us with the
Surrender is the word. Surrendering to something beyond you. That is a very good word.
So, sir, my last question to you and our viewers, one line, why would you want your viewers to read a story of faith and miracles?
Number one, life is not a straight line. They are full of ups and downs. But faith is something which can transform your life, metamorphose your life. And the greater faith you have, that gets converted into miracles. I'll just quote Sri Ravi Shankar. He says, I tell you, we should give miracles a chance to happen in life. Nobody's life is devoid of miracles. Only we don't believe in them. We think miracles are a thing of the past. I tell you, it can happen even today, in the present. That's what he said. Now, if you look at the cover of the book, this is our life, a tumultuous sea, because it's full of ups and downs. So this is what, it's not, a calm sea. And nobody can say he has had a real calm life. It's impossible. Just not possible. Otherwise, life will not have that, that fun in life. And this is something supernatural or something out of the ordinary, which is there waiting to give you. And your boat, you're traveling by this boat, it reaches the anchorage. So it's like on a rainy day where Lord Indra has, exploded and it's just raining. And you're standing outside, say, with a cup and water is falling in it. That's rain you have collected. That is a miracle. But if you turn it upside down, you will not collect it, not a drop of water. So allow the nature to function in such a manner which provides you that miracle. Both faith and miracles happen. It's up to you. It's up to your mind.
So on this note, guys, believe in faith and miracles. And if you're looking out to why you should believe in faith and miracles, then this is the book where you hear the real account story of Ravi Valluri sir, and you will definitely know why you should believe in faith and miracle and live a life of surrender. So thank you, sir, for time for Chitter Chatter, and we are looking forward to the site so that we all can contribute and write much more.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shweta. Thank you, friends. It was a pleasure.